Hello everyone, my name is Arun Prasad and I've been a regular follower of Happy Schools blog for over 5 years now. We all know what kind of valuable information Raghu has been sharing on his blog. I too wanted to contribute to the readers of Happy Schools blog by providing a Kindle Paperwhite review. Please note that this is not a product endorsement. These are my opinions and impressions of using a Kindle over a period of time. I want to highlight some of the features of the Kindle, discuss the advantages and the disadvantages of the Kindle, and finally compare the Kindle with an iPad and discuss the advantages of Kindle over the conventional books. This is an exclusive review for the readers of Happy Schools blog with a focus on GRE Prep using the Kindle. I hope by the end of this video, all the myths and speculations about buying a Kindle will be solved. So without any further delay, let's get started. As many of you might be knowing, the Kindle is an e-book reading device designed and manufactured by Amazon. Amazon happens to be the world's largest e-commerce retailer. Amazon started off as an online book retailer initially and always had a keen interest on e-book reading devices. Amazon launched its first e-book reader in the year 2007 and ever since it has been perfecting the Kindle. The Kindle Paperwhite is the fifth generation of the e-book reading device by Amazon. I've already unboxed the Kindle. Let's go through the contents of the box. Amazon believes in providing the consumers with a frustration-free online shopping experience, and that is evident by the design of this box. Amazon calls this kind of packaging as frustration-free packaging. The main idea behind the frustration-free packaging is that the consumer must be able to get the product out of the box without having the need to search for scissors or knives to unbox it. As you peel this strip and open the box, you get the product right out of the box, and in this case it's the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. So let's see what are the contents inside this box. First thing, you get this Kindle ebook reading device. Along with this you get the data cable. Again, notice the Amazon's frustration free unboxing experience. This is a USB to a micro USB data cable, and this cable is pretty long. Over here you get an information handout. Again, notice that this is frustration free packaging experience. So these are the contents of the box. You get the Kindle Paperwhite, you get a data cable, and you get this handout. Let's take a hardware tour around the Kindle. The Kindle is a 6-inch e-ink display reader. The 6 inches is the diagonal measurement. It is about 200 grams in weight, and this is a completely touchscreen input kind of a e-book reader. There are no physical keys present anywhere. There's nothing on the left side, nothing on the right side, nothing on the top either, and in the bottom you have the micro USB data connection port, and then you have a small LED indicator, and then you have the power on button. And in the back of the Kindle you have a nice rubberized finish which helps in efficient gripping. So it's very comfortable to hold in one hand, either your left or your right hand. Let's power on the device. I'll try my best to explain what exactly is a e-ink reader mean. It means that there is a microprocessor in the device, and there is a small amount of ink present. So every time we touch something, the microprocessor realigns the ink all over the screen. This is completely different from how an LCD screen operates, and this consumes very less power and closely simulates the natural paper. Let's straight away open the books. As you can see, swiping left or right takes you through your library, the kind of books you have. So let's just open, say, the text completion and the sentence equivalent book by Manhattan Prep. So this is how the book looks. So as you can see, this is a completely black and white display, and all the color images appear as a grayscale image. One tap on the left side means a page back, and one tap on the right side means a page forward. It's pretty simple to operate. So as you can see, the e-ink display is completely different from the regular LCD. It is much easier to read, and there is hardly any strain on the eyes, so you can read into the Kindle for hours together without straining your eyes. So let's just get into a chapter. Also notice that the page turns are remarkably fast, and since this is a capacitive touchscreen, it should be pretty responsive. So this is a table of contents. So the entire page is neatly formatted into this 6-inch display. So let's just get into a chapter. So this is how the book looks. It's absolutely beautiful to see. If you just tap once somewhere here, you get a font button, and you can customize your font as well as the size, the line spacing and the margins. Let me just quickly take you through this. So if you select the lowest font setting, you could see that a lot of material is fitted into the page, and the font size is very small and kind of difficult to read. So if you just say select the highest font, very few material is fitted into the screen and is of course comfortable to read, but you'll have to keep turning the pages after you read every 4 or 5 words. So let's just set the font in somewhere in the middle, and here it is. So this is pretty comfortable to read from quite a distance. And the second setting you get here is regarding the fonts. Here you have about 6 fonts here. These are all Amazon fonts, and you cannot change the fonts as you could change on a Word document. These are the 6 fonts, the only 6 fonts available, and you'll have to just be satisfied with these 6 fonts. So this is how the font settings are. And then you have the line spacing options. So if you just select the first option, I just noticed the bottom of the screen, the line spacing is the spacing between the line is very minimum, and here it is about average line spacing, and here is large line spacing. And similarly for the margins, if you select the first option, there is a lot of margin space on the left and the right, and this is somewhat in the mid setting, and this is hardly any margin in the left and right. So these are the different kind of font settings that you can play around with your Kindle. So here you can see that there are 2 options. One is the cloud option and one is the device option. This device has an internal memory of about 2 GB. So the user available memory is about 1.5 GB. So if you connect this micro USB to your PC, the Kindle would appear as a removable disk. So you can just upload all your books. Please be aware that the Amazon Kindle doesn't support the EPUB format for some reason. You can of course load your PDFs and all the other books. There are several free softwares available. One such software is the Calibre. This Calibre basically converts any PDF into the Amazon Kindle compactable format. So that shouldn't be a problem in the Kindle. So here you can see that there is a cloud option, and there is a device option. So the device option is about 2 GB of internal memory. 2 GB of internal memory means about 1.5 GB is available for the users. So what this means is that you can load up to around 1100 books on your Kindle device, and you have a library in your hand, and all this is just about 200 grams in weight. Second option what you see here is the cloud. So this cloud is linked to your Amazon cloud account. If you sign up for an Amazon account, you get about 5 GB of cloud storage space available. So any of the books that you purchase from Amazon or upload into your Amazon cloud account automatically appears on the device. So the memory is not a constraint for this device, even though it is just about 2 GB. Let's see how a PDF is rendered on the e-ink reading device. Here I have a PDF. This is about 600 pages, and it's a pretty complex PDF. It's about 26 MB with a lot of graphics. So let's just open that. So if you notice the PDF, if you just center tap here, you don't get any font controls. That means you cannot increase the font or decrease the font. The PDF on the Kindle is kind of neatly formatted into this 6-inch display, and it's slightly difficult to read the PDFs, but as I told, there are several free softwares available that can help you convert these PDFs into the Amazon Kindle format, and you should be good to customize the font and choose the font whichever you like. So if you notice, this is how the image on the PDF looks like. All the images appear as grayscale images, and even the page turn in the PDF is pretty fast. So as I was telling, reading the PDF on the Kindle is slightly difficult. So at that time, there's an option for you to change the portrait mode into the landscape mode. So in the landscape mode, you get more width, and it's kind of much easier and comfortable to read this way. Again, the left tab is the page back and the right tab is the page front, and you should be good to go to read the PDF. This is an absolutely mind-blowing feature of the new Kindle Paperwhite. As you notice that there is a bulb icon here. This bulb icon remains in each and every page that you navigate. Say you're into a book, and if you just center tap, you still get this bulb icon. So this bulb, if you tap that, you get a slider. So this is your backlit display for the Kindle. Actually, they call it as a frontlit display. That's the right term to be used. So if you notice, as I slide my finger across, I can increase the brightness or decrease the brightness, and this is absolutely magical. And this is where the capacitive touchscreen comes into play. It is so responsive that I can just control the brightness as I slide my finger. So at the full bright settings, if you see, the Kindle lights up. You can just go through the Amazon website and see how these lights function. Basically, there are about 4 LEDs present here. Maybe you can see a little bit of that. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Beneath the touch screen, there is an optical fiber that is kind of flattened out into a sheet, and these light guides travel through the optical fiber and reflect the light into the Kindle screen. So basically, this is not projecting light out to the eyes, it is projecting down and then reflected back. So this is absolutely comfortable to read on, and you can read for hours. Many of us who have been reading on the smartphones or the tablets or the computers would often complain that the eyes strain after prolonged usage. That means if you're using the computer for a long time, your eyes would naturally be tired. But with the Kindle Paperwhite, that is not the case. Even at the full light setting, there is hardly any strain to the eyes. This feature is absolutely brilliant, and none of the Kindles in the past had this feature. So they have some recommended settings here, that is, use this setting for when you're in a dark room, and if you're in a brightly lit room, use this setting. So I like to play around with this light because it's so responsive and so magical, unbelievable thing. Let me show you how the Kindle looks in complete darkness. So let me just completely go to the highest brightness setting, and let me just shut down my light. As you can see, it is pretty bright. So the brightness is there, but the light doesn't kind of project out of the screen. It projects into the screen, which makes it so comfortable to read. So there is not going to be any glare onto your eyes. Let's see how the light looks in the medium setting. So the medium setting is the recommended setting, I believe. So you could kind of read, when you're at your bed, or when you're in a dark place, or traveling in a bus or something like that. The completely low setting, there's hardly anything visible here. So I would recommend to keep the settings somewhere here. So that should be good enough, and there is absolutely no strain on the eyes, and it's completely soft to read. Let's talk about this battery. The Kindle has a battery life of about 8 weeks. 8 weeks is roughly about 2 months, and when Amazon says something like that, they are very serious about that. That means if you read your Kindle for about, say, half an hour a day, it should easily last for about 2 months. I had the Kindle keyboard with me. The battery on that used to come for at least 1 month. My smartphone, I need to keep recharging it every day. And even with my iPad, I need to keep recharging it every, say, 2 days. But Kindle is absolutely amazing. all you need to do is recharge once a month and you're good to go. No need to charge that for a month. There are two ways to recharge your Kindle. One is connect your wall charger USB to this micro USB and it would charge in about 4 hours. And the second option is if you just connect it to the PC, it would charge itself, just as it's the case with the smartphones. Another big question that many of the Kindle buyers have is whether they should use a Wi-Fi version or whether they should go for a 3G version. What I have with me is just a Wi-Fi version now. I used to have a Kindle keyboard that is a 3G version. So many people have a confusion whether the 3G is going to work in India or no. Before we get into the 3G part, let's just connect to the Wi-Fi. So if you just go to the settings and you just turn off your airplane mode, and if you just tap the Wi-Fi here, I think it should automatically connect to my Wi-Fi. There it is. Now the Kindle is connected to the Wi-Fi. So one of the main advantages why we have the connectivity option in Kindle is that we can download the books wirelessly. So over the Wi-Fi you can connect to your home's Wi-Fi network and download the books. If you have a 3G version, what happens is that you can connect to 3G. This 3G works all over the world. Initially I bought my Kindle in the US and I had doubts whether it's going to work in India or not. I was worried about some additional charges that the 3G roaming would incur. Amazon has a beautiful policy mentioned right on their homepage, on the Kindle homepage. It says free 3G wireless, no monthly contract, no minimum commitments, no roaming fees. That means you can use the 3G data connection of Amazon all over the world. Amazon has a tie-up with AT&T, and when I was in India, the AT&T connects with Airtel network and you're good to go for the 3G. So that is basically free 3G. So many of the people get excited by free 3G. They feel that they can watch YouTube videos or they can do all the things that they can do on a smartphone and kind of make full use of the Amazon's free 3G policy. However, there are some restrictions. Let me show you what are those restrictions. So the Kindle also comes with an experimental browser. So let's see how the browser looks. So here it is loading. I'm not sure what was the site that just loaded. Let's get into bookmark and let's get into Wikipedia. So if you notice, the Wikipedia is in the mobile mode. That means it's not the full site of the Wikipedia, and as you can see, the browsing experience in Kindle is not as good as one would expect because of the e-ink display. Let's go into another site, say the New York Times. So this is how the New York Times look on the Kindle. As you can see, every time I swipe, there is a significant amount of refresh that happens, and that can really hamper your browsing experience. Many of the people feel that the 3G is going to benefit them a lot. Let's just try loading a YouTube website. So let's see how this website opens. Basically it doesn't open. The web browser cannot download files using this protocol. So you cannot use the 3G for viewing YouTube videos or downloading movies, or Amazon does not allow you to exploit that 3G service. So basically that 3G is limited to reading text-based sites such as Wikipedia or any of the newspapers, or you could even check your mails and things like that. Let's try one more site on the Kindle Paperwhite. Let's get into the experimental browser, happyschoolsblog.com. Say go. So this is how the Happy Schools blog website look on the Kindle. As you can see, the Adobe Flash player or the QuickTime is required to see the video playback. That means you cannot see the video or the flash contents on a website, and since it's little difficult to read, Amazon has given an option like you can just tap there and get into the article mode. So this is how Happy Schools blog look on the article mode, and this is much comfortable to read than the full site version. So those who are considering buying a 3G version for web browsing alone, you should be aware of the limitations as well as the advantages of using a browser on an e-ink device. Another thing that I would like to talk about is there are two types of Kindle available, Kindle Paperwhite. One is the ad version and one is the ad-free version. The ad version costs about $119, whereas the ad-free version costs about $130. So what are these ads? So these are the ads from Amazon. So these occupy the lower part of the screen, but if you're opening a book, the ads are not going to trouble you. So some people do not like ads on their device, and those people have to pay about $20 more. I think this is a little ridiculous of Amazon that we have to pay $20 more to get rid of the ads, but that's the way the system is. And if you want the ad-free version, you have to pay about $139. Another one thing people worry about buying a Kindle is, what about the warranty? Amazon provides a 1-year warranty on the Kindles. That means any sort of defect with the Kindle, a manufacturing defect, or whether you drop it or you break your Kindle, Amazon will replace your Kindle free of cost. So even if you buy the Kindle in India or in the US, wherever you are in the world, Amazon would immediately ship you a new Kindle if there is a manufacturing defect or if your Kindle stops working. So you do not have to worry about the warranty. Another one feature I would like to highlight about the Kindle is, say, the built-in dictionary. Say let's take one of the Manhattan books. Here it is. As you're reading this book, you come across a difficult word. Let me find a difficult word. I'm not able to find one right away here. Just for the sake of demonstration purposes, say Advent is the word. So if I want to know the meaning of the word, I would just keep pressing there, and here it is, Advent, the arrival of a notable person. This feature is highly helpful for those preparing for GRE as well. That means if you come across a difficult word, you do not have to go to your PC or to your smartphone or to your dictionary to find out the meaning of the word. You could just use the Kindle's built-in dictionary. Let's try for another word. Say, let's actually try it out with a GRE word. Say go to, so let's try the meaning of the word. Let's take an actual GRE word. Say, here it is. This is a sentence equivalence question, and say breach is the word that you would like to find the meaning. So if you just highlight that word, it would immediately pop up the dictionary. The same is applicable for almost any word as long as it is in the Oxford Dictionary. So I think this is a really helpful feature for those preparing for GRE. Another one feature I would like to discuss is, say you're reading an important passage and you come across an important sentence and you want to highlight that. So just keep pressing there, and as you drag your finger, you get a pop-up box, and then you say highlight, and that's highlighted. I think this feature is really important and it's really good. So your highlight always remains. Another one feature is, say you want to add a note to this sentence. So just highlight there, again the pop-up appears, and then when you say add note, your keyboard appears and you can say your note, say this is important, and then you can save your note. So your note remains there. And say as you're reading, you come across certain important pages like the answers, and you would like to highlight this. So you could just tap here and go to this option and say add bookmark, and then a folded page icon appears there. That means that page is bookmarked, so the bookmark always remains there. So say if you want to just go to the home and again go to the book and you want to see your bookmarks and things like that. So you could just go here and say view notes and marks, so it would show all the places where you have highlighted. This is how the lock screen on the Kindle appears. So these are basically some kind of a screensavers, that is some kind of an ad by Amazon, and it says this is available for 3.99. So the problem with the ad version is that you cannot customize your screensavers. All you can do is just go with the ads. So I don't think this ad is going to hamper your reading experience in any way. So as you just get into the Kindle, there's this the same thing appears here as well, but when you get into a book, the ad disappears. So I don't think it is good for any of us to buy the ad-free version and pay $20 more for it. You could live with the ads. Another one feature of the Kindle is that as you're reading through a chapter, on the left side corner you would find it would say about 1 minute left in the chapter. It would tell you how many minutes are left to complete the chapter, and this calculation is a rough estimate and is based upon your number of page turns you do and how quickly you read. If you just tap there once again, it would say that about 10 minutes are left in the book. That means I'm kind of nearing the end of the book, and I can make a decision whether I can just sit down and finish the book, or I could just wait for I could just read it sometime later. And on the right side corner you would find the percentage of the book that you've completed. So these are some helpful features when you are reading a novel or things like that. One more feature is that as you're reading a book, all of a sudden you would like to go to the first page or the table of contents. So if you just tap here, you would say this you would get this option go to, and you can kind of go anywhere in the book. Say I would just like to go to the root lists. So if I just tap there, it straight away takes me to the root list and I can just continue my reading. And say I want to just go to the table of contents, I could just do that. I could just go to the front matter or things like that. So this is pretty neat. Many of you might be having some questions about how good is this device. I mean, in terms of construction, whether it's fragile or can it withstand some moderate abuse. I would say that the Kindle is a very well designed product. There are no moving parts in this Kindle, and it's pretty sturdy and pretty strong, but it's an electronic device and it cannot withstand abuse. So if you drop this Kindle, you can be assured that the screen is gonna break. So you'll have to take care of the Kindle as you would take care of any of your electronic devices. I am very particular about protecting my devices, so I bought a Kindle case. This Kindle case is by a company called Fintai, and this Kindle case is made up of synthetic leather, and it has a very nice stitching, and it's pretty comfortable, and it's a nice case. So if you open the Kindle, your Kindle is basically secured. Here you have this strap here, and your Kindle has to kind of go inside this. As you can see, it's a pretty tight fitting, which is a very good thing, and this thing just goes right behind it, and there it is. So this is as good as a diary. It looks like a diary. You can just hold it. It's pretty lightweight. It doesn't contribute to the weight, and it kind of has protection all over. And here you can see that there are the ports for charging, and the power on and the LED is accessible. The corner is not protected, but that's okay, and here it's completely protected, and the top it's completely protected. So this case is about $6. That's the cheapest case, but it's of a good quality. One good thing about this case is that it has the magnets here. So when you close the Kindle, it goes to sleep, and when you open the Kindle, it kind of wakes up. So you'll have to, of course, swipe to get into the home screen, and it would just go to the last page that you were reading. So let's just see how this works. So if you just close this, it kind of sleeps. So here. This is how the smart cover for the Kindle works, just the way it works for the iPad. Notice that you kind of keep getting these ads every time you put your Kindle to sleep, and the ads kind of keep changing. One thing I wanted to talk about is the life expectancy of the Kindle. As you all know, the Kindle has hardly any replaceable parts or serviceable parts. All it has is a battery that needs to be changed after, say, 3 or 5 years. So the Kindles manufactured in 2007 are still in working condition. So I would say that the life expectancy of the Kindle is something like 4 to 5 years, depending on how well you take care of your Kindle and how well you use it. One more thing is that this Kindle does not have a audio jack or a speaker, an internal speaker. The Kindle keyboard has a speaker, so we could play some songs in that and we could hear to some audiobooks, but with the Kindle Paperwhite they have removed that. I think Amazon wants to completely concentrate on making the Kindle as a ebook reading device only, and for audiobooks and music and MP3 and all that they recommend us to go for the Kindle Fire, which falls into the tablet category. This segment of the video is actually the reason why I decided to do a complete Kindle Paperwhite review. As you can see, on the top I have the Kindle Paperwhite, and below this is the actual Manhattan GRE book. This is the 5-pound GRE book for practice problems. As you can see, this book is really 5 pounds in weight, and this cost me about 1000 rupees in India. Of course, nothing comes equivalent to reading a physical book. I agree with that fact. But imagine I have to travel. I'm traveling somewhere. I cannot carry such a huge book in my bag. This is really heavy to carry, and it's really difficult to read and things like that. Whereas if I would have made a decision to purchase the same book on the Kindle ebook store, this book would have cost me about $7, that is about 350 rupees. So that's quite a difference. The ebook costs about 350 rupees, whereas the paperback book costs about 1000 rupees, and I cannot carry this everywhere. And whereas with the Kindle I can carry 1000 such books all in a single device. I am not a big fan of ebook reading device, but I think in the future all the books are going to be in the e-format, and this is going to change the way we read books. Of course, the physical books are not going to go away. Both of them have their own advantages and the disadvantages, but I feel that the world is proceeding towards the ebook more than the paper book. In fact, Amazon has even reported in their website that they have made more sales on the Kindle ebooks than the actual paperback books. One of the main reasons why Amazon makes this device is not to get a profit by selling this device. The profit Amazon gets is by introducing us to Amazon ecosystem and making us buy books from their website. So let's just see how that works. So if you just let me just turn off the aeroplane mode, and let me just connect to my Wi-Fi. Here, this button kind of remains constant, the cart button. So in all the pages, the top bar remains the same even when you're inside a book. If you just tap here, there it is. So let's get into the Amazon store. Once into the Amazon store, you can find all sorts of books here. So let me just go through some books. Let me get into books, and there it is. We have quite a big amount of books available on the Kindle ebooks store. Again, it is categorized by various categories like science and math, travel, history, computers, and things like that. Let's just search for a book here, say GRE. So there it is. You get all the books available for the GRE on the Kindle store. Let's just, for an example, just get into this book. It says the official GRE guide, the official guide, I think this is the second edition. So if you see the price, the print price is about $35, whereas the Kindle price is about just $18. So this is a big saving. So Amazon makes a profit by selling you the book, the ebook on your e-ink reader, and for us it's a big saving in terms of the cost. It's roughly about 48% of saving. So if I just say buy, I would be able to download the book in less than 60 seconds, and once I download the book, I can convert it into any format. I can use it on my PC, I can use it on my Kindle, I can use it on my iPad. So Amazon has that cloud sync, and that's a really nice feature. Suppose you don't know about the book, what are the contents of the book, and you would like to know something about the book. So there's always something called as for all the books, something called as try a sample. So when you say that, it says your sample is on the way. So I think it should download in less than 60 seconds. There it is, the download is complete. So this is the official GRE book. Again, the sample is I think about 10 or 15 pages. It doesn't give you the entire stuff, so you can just have a brief, you can probably see the table of contents and the preface and a little bit, maybe the first chapter of the book in some cases. I think this is a nice feature, and we can just try the book before you actually make a purchase. Okay, this is the weirdest kind of comparison that I've ever made. Many people think that a tablet can be a good e-reader. I have the iPad on the left side and the Kindle on the right side. An iPad cannot be an e-ink reader, and an e-ink reader cannot be an iPad. iPad is a multifunctional device. You can check mails, it has Wi-Fi, it has 3G, you can read books, you can capture photos, you can browse, you can check your mails, you can even edit the videos. So this is more like a tablet. Comparing the reading experience on an iPad and with that of the Kindle is like comparing apples to orange. Of course you can read books on the iPad, but since it's an LCD display, there is a lot of strain on the eyes. This is as good as reading from the PC. So I'm sure you cannot look into the screen for more than half an hour. Whereas with the Kindle, you can keep reading for hours together without any strain in the eyes. Of course, you can read this in the dark as well. So you can just see the comparison. On the left side is you have the LCD display that kind of really emits light out of the screen, whereas in the Kindle the light is into the screen. So that is pretty much the brief review of the Kindle. I've just tried my best to explain all the features of the Kindle, and as you can see, these are one of the disadvantages of ad version of the Kindle. You'll have to live with that. So I would like to thank Raghu for putting this video on his blog. If you have any questions, do let me know, or you can just put your questions in the comment sections and I'll be happy to help you. The main objective of doing this video was to help you assess whether a ebook reading device is a device for you or not. I hope that after seeing this video, you would be in a position to determine if the Kindle is a device for you or not. Do let me know any questions that you have. Thank you for watching this video patiently.